Hunters, Bo here from BZ Hub, bringing you yet another BZ News number 10. We're in the double digits and we're just gonna keep on going. Hey, we have a ton of stuff to go over today. Expansive Worlds has just shined the light on their new DLC coming out, the high-tech equipment pack, and there is a ton of stuff that they let out throughout this stream. So make sure you hit that like button so that everyone else can learn this stuff, and stick around because I'm not sure if some of this stuff may not be stuff you know. It was pretty sneaky, I thought. And most of it's because of Phil, because Phil always has something he says that shares something that I don't know if they want us to know, but it's gonna share a little speculation. Who knows? Let's get into the video. First off, rapid fire facts to you hunters who need this information quick. The DLC price is going to be $3.99, though in the past there has been Steam offers that complete the whole game. You know, if you're missing DLCs and you want to get caught up, they give you like a 25% discount, which could lower the price to $2.99. But seeing as though I have all the DLCs, I'm not sure if this still exists or if they took it away, so that's up in the air. The release date is yet to be confirmed. We do not know when it'll come out. As these things usually happen, it's probably going to be the next week or the week after. Sometimes they even, surprise us and put it out on Friday so we have the weekend to play. Who knows? I doubt it's going to be that soon. Lastly, there's essentially going to be 5 new pieces of equipment added into the game, and these are rapid fire, night vision binoculars, night vision scope, rangefinder, bow sight, the glow knocks, ooh, the flashing glow knocks, and 2 skins of the same bow, the 65-pound compound bow. Getting into our first bit of equipment here, the night vision binoculars. These are going to be 8x50 magnification binoculars, night vision, of course. This, one of the greatest things is though, it's gonna increase the size of the tracking cone. And they kind of explain this throughout their stream. Basically, when you have your headlamp on when you're hunting, you can see the tracks in front of you in a cone-like shape, kind of like the cone that you see on your little handheld computer when you're tracking things. So you can see all of the tracks in front of you at night, but with the binoculars, you'll be able to see everything inside those binoculars, which increases the size of that cone a ton, plus allows you to see tracks 8 times 50, quite a ways away, unlike your headlamp was not able to. Now, something that is pretty cool is that you can be blinded just like in real life with these night vision scopes and binocular scopes, sorry, singular, and these binoculars. As you can see in this daylight clip, they were looking straight out, and yes, it's very bright, so don't do that. Or they did mention that it is possible, though they were unable to confirm this because they weren't playing a multiplayer game. In multiplayer, you may be able to shine your flashlight at someone holding these and blind them, so if you want to play a prank on your fellow hunters, that could be possibly something that you can do. Up next is the night vision scope. This is pretty simple. It's just a 1 to 4 times zoom scope for most rifles. They did say that this wasn't going to be working for the 470 double barrel rifle for Virhonga, but if you can picture yourself out in Virhonga or the Yukon Peninsula hunting wolves or lions, I mean, just having this night vision capability is going to be pretty cool, and it's gonna offer us some pretty spooky hunts. Third thing on the list is the rangefinder bow sight. This kind of goes along with the 4th thing on the list, but is pretty cool. It's gonna give a lot of people who don't play with the bows a little more flexibility and a better learning curve, I should say, allowing you to put this rangefinder onto your bow and setting a distance towards your target, and then giving you another red dot which will tell you where to aim on the animal. So this particular rangefinder is going to have a 150-yard range, which is pretty big. I mean, a 150-yard bow shot is pretty incredible, and it's unclear to me at the moment. Comment down below if you were able to pick this up, whether it is or isn't, but it's unclear to me if this actually works on recurves at the moment, but I do know that it will not work on crossbows. Another thing you should know about this is that the Rangefinder sight is going to weigh 4 times as much as the other bow sights. Now, if you don't know this by heart, and I don't blame you if you don't, other bow sights weigh half a pound, so this is going to weigh you down by 2 pounds, which is pretty crazy. Bjornsson, stop. Just to give you a little bit of an example, the 22 caliber pistol weighs 1 pound and the 22 caliber rifle weighs 3 pounds. So this is going to be right in between carrying a pistol and carrying a rifle, a small 22 of course, but I mean that is a lot of weight when you can only carry 20 some pounds. Joined with the Rangefinder bow sight is going to be tracer arrows, glowing, blinking knocks. Just pretty cool in general. I know a lot of people were wanting these just kind of for fun effect. I know that they were in the Hunter Classic, and now they're going to be in the Hunter Call of the Wild. I know that a lot of people were disappointed because Phil had mentioned that because of the speed of the arrows, it most likely wasn't going to be able to be seen blinking through flight, which I know a lot of people like seeing, especially in multiplayer, but who knows? Whether it's part of the code that the arrow just kind of travels and then appears on the animal, which doesn't allow it to blink during flight, or perhaps just most shots that are within 50 yards are just half a second and you cannot see it blink. It does seem that it blinks every other second or so, maybe every 2 seconds. So maybe with a 150-yard shot, you might be able to see it blink. It's something that we may be able to see a little bit better if you're playing a multiplayer game. These arrows are going to stick into anything it hits and blink, so if you just want to light up a flagpole like they mentioned in the stream, or if you want to shoot a bunch of trees or find out that you did shoot a tree instead of your target, you can certainly do so. These are going to come in 420 and 600 grain arrows and bolts, so that they will be working for recurves, compound, and crossbows. Lastly, the other thing added in this pack is going to be the 65-pound bow. Now, this is going to be an additional bow added in with the pack. It's really nothing too different, I should say, but though I shouldn't seem like I'm not grateful, it is going to be kind of a mid-sized bow between the 60 and the 70-pound bows. So this is going to give you 2 different skins, this kind of hot red skin and then this one with these gold cams, which is pretty cool. Added on to this content pack, you will be seeing bug fixes as well as the True Rack Roe Deer being added into the game. So when they put out this DLC, we'll also be adding in the True Rack Roe Deer as well as a handful of bug fixes, as you see in every DLC add-on or any sort of update to the game. I just have to say straight out that I applaud Expansive Worlds for this whole DLC. I think it's really cool, and I think that they're adding in a good array of equipment in this pack. It's not specifically for this type of hunter, it's not specifically for a goose hunter, it's not specifically for a bow hunter. It's got a little bit of everything, and you can see how in the past people have gotten a little bit angry saying, oh, this is only going to help 10% of people and where am I and the other 90%, but this really does hit a lot of areas. And one of the things I'm most excited to see, I think, is something revealed by Phil later on. He does mention that in this update, they will not be releasing a nocturnal specific animal, but this DLC is setting the game up to support one.
And we won't introduce a new purely nocturnal animal in this update, but we're setting us up. So if you like this pack and if you like, ooh, look at that.
So while a lot of animals in the Hunter Call of the Wild are currently nocturnal, and speaking about deer and coyotes, fox, you know, what have you, this is going to be setting us up for other animals, and they did mention that positive feedback with this Nightvision pack will kind of move into that area. This could open up raccoons, could open up leopards in Africa. You know, one of my favorites that TK mentioned was the possums that they hunt in New Zealand. I guess you could Shoot possums? I don't understand what the fun would be shooting a possum. It don't sound very good eating, and the skin's not very great either. So I'm not really sure why you'd shoot a possum, but that gave me a laugh and I enjoyed it. But one of the things I do remember from years past is Halloween missions in the Hunter called Wild. And a lot of these had to do with things at night. It was supposed to be creepy. It was supposed to be freaky. I remember shooting an onslaught of elk and deer and bears trying to kill me. And I was there saying, oh my gosh, I don't even think I have enough ammo to shoot all these things. It was creepy. There were graveyards. If you weren't part of the Hunter community back then, that may be something we're looking forward to this Halloween. We don't know yet, and I think the community's split at this point. Some people are happy, some people think it's kind of a stupid idea, but I tell you what, with the trophy lodges in the game right now, this could be a cool feature. I mean, how cool would it be, just like in the trophies of the Hunter Classic, to show everyone that you were part of the 2019 Halloween celebration when you have this, I don't know, a werewolf. Werewolf's a little extreme, I think, but I remember when they had a white, an albino bunny that looked evil, like it had blue eyes and they had like black paint on its face and it was creepy looking. I remember having that, and if I could have put it in a trophy lodge, that would have been really cool, and anyone who would have went in my trophy lodge would have known I was taking part in the 2019 Halloween. And I think things like that really were a cool part of the Hunter Classic. So this kind of gets me excited. It's speculation, of course, but tell me down below in the comments, what do you think about these holiday-like events that we used to have in the Hunter Classic? Do you think it'd be cool in the Hunter Call the Wild? And if you've made it this far throughout the video, then you must be a true fan of the BZ Hub channel. And I have to say, when the Hunter Call the Wild is one of your favorite games, perhaps one of the most frustrating things with Expansive Worlds in general is the lack of merchandise. I've played this game since I was in high school. I think I counted up, it was like 7 years ago. And I'm yet to get any sort of t-shirt with the Hunter, and it's just frustrating. But if you are a fan of the BZ Hub, then I have to tell you that we now have official BZ Hub merchandise inspired by our favorite game. So I do have a number of designs available. I tried to make them as inexpensive as possible while holding the quality, and luckily, with myself being a designer, I hand drew all of these by myself. I can promise you, if you want me to upload the working files, I'm not going to give them to you, but I can show you the drawings. We can make stickers or something. I have them all. I'm going to end up putting out more designs to kind of hit all of the different animals in the maps. So if you're looking forward to one specific animal, comment down below and I can make sure to put out a design for that, because I know a lot of people have favorite animals. But I want to make sure that everyone knows that I enjoy doing these kind of things, and I'm certainly going to put out more designs as time goes on. But that's it for me at BZ Hub. I thank you all for watching. If you've watched this far, you're doing me a real big favor. Make sure you drop that like button, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Follow us on social media so you know when the new videos are coming out, as well as when our streams are. Most of our streams are just on Wednesdays at the moment. Every Wednesday, 7:30 to 9:30 Central. We have a good time. Sometimes my good pal Zaggy shows up. We have a good time, everyone. It's a Friends Day Wednesday. Just talk about everything. Tell me how your day is, what have you. But let's wrap this up. Keep hunting, fellow hunters. Never stop. See ya.